Hey everybody! Today we're back in the workshop. We're gonna start restoring some tools. Stick around. Tick, 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 boom. Alright guys, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. What we got going on today is I went out to a friend's house in South Georgia, and I visited with Colbert Sturgeon from the show Live Free or Die, and it was raining for quite a few days while I was there, so we didn't do a whole lot outside, but what we did was go out antiquing, and he took me to a plethora of his favorite places to go antiquing, and while I was there I got a whole bunch of tools, and I scored big. It was about 150 bucks in tools. A lot of them need restoring, and I said, you know what? I'm going to bring these tools back to life. I'm going to take them out to the property, and I'm going to start making stuff out of them. So, without any further ado, let's get into what I'm going to do to restore them. Alright guys, so when I was down there, one of the things that I really wanted to go get was one of these right here, which is a draw knife. And I actually got two of them. This was the second one I got. I couldn't pass it up for the price that it was. And it's seen its better day. As you can see, it's got some rust on it. It's mostly surface rust. The blade on it is still kind of sharp. It's got an edge to it. But I want to get the rust off of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this product right here, which is navel jelly. And First American Forge, I was talking to him, and he said this is the stuff to use. I also have used vinegar in the past for projects, but I've never used Loctite navel jelly. So what it is it's a pretty strong acid. So I'm using some gloves. I've got my safety goggles right there, my safety glasses, and I'm going to be putting on with a chip brush, and we're going to see how this stuff works. Alright, so after round one, you can see a lot of the patina has come off. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put another coat on it, wait another 5 or 10 minutes, take it off, and then from there, we're going to strike some sandpaper on this puppy. It's pink. It smells bad. This is like Nair for rust. Alright guys, so that's the second coating. Now a lot of this right here, I'm going to get this out with some sandpaper. I got out the hand sander. I got 150 grit on there. That's where we're going to start. There are some pretty good pits On this side's not bad. So instead of starting off with some lower grit paper, I have to start off with 50. 50. I mean, these pits are like Danny Trejo's face. It's pretty bad. I found that the first couple, the first base coats basically of what you're doing with the sandpaper, the lowest grits, those are the hardest ones and the ones that take the most patience, because those ones, if you don't get all the imperfections out with these first few, with the 50 and the 80s, 50 and the 80 grit, then it's going to show up later on when you hit the 4, the 600, the 800 grit, and you're going to have to work that much harder to try to get these little imperfections out. So it's really important to take your time, especially in the very beginning, to make sure that you have a nice base to continue working on afterwards. So it takes a while, even with a power sander. If I was doing this by hand, it would take forever. So after lots of sanding, lots of rust removal, and more sanding, more sanding, and more sanding, more sanding, and more sanding. Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week. We went over the restoration of a Drawknife. I took this thing from a rusty hunk of metal and basically brought it back to a decent looking knife. So we're going to get this out in the field. We're going to start using it out at the property. So you'll be seeing this in many videos to come. Now, I want to know what your opinion is as far as this video. This video had a lot different style than most videos that I've done in the past. I actually pulled out all the stops, went in a whole different creative avenue with the editing style, threw in the music, threw in the jump cuts, threw in all the special effects and everything in there. And I want to know what you guys thought of it. If it's Madison, it was great, put the hammer down, keep it going, chick. Put that in the comments below. If it was, whoa, ho, ho, Madison, hit the brakes, it is a little too much, let me know. I'm just trying to feel it out. I feel with this kind of video that, man, sanding is kind of boring, but there's a certain amount, there's steps that you have to see, and me just sitting there sanding gets kind of boring, so I try to spice it up a little bit, and I hope that that was okay for you guys. So anyways, there's gonna be more of these videos coming up in the future. I'm gonna be doing more inside projects in the garage here with restorations and working with the tools and everything and getting prepared to go out into the field, because there's preparation in everything that we do, and preparation is just as important as when we get to the field. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Take care, have a great week. Thank you so much for all the support and everything that you give to me here. And until next week, guys, get out of the inside and into the outside. Take care. You're doing it wrong. Really? You're doing it wrong. You're right. You're doing it wrong. I can't even plug something in right. Hey, you're doing it wrong. I can't even fold sandpaper right. You're doing it wrong. Seriously? Wrong, wrong. You're doing it wrong. I hate that sound.